All right, so everything that I'm about to say, you want to play this entire season to your advantage. This way, you are able to see the light at the end of the tunnel because you have a lot of major tests coming up. Okay, there's going to be a lot of temptations, and there's going to be a valley that you must go through in order to. It's not ascending that you're doing, it's forging. Okay, so you're being forged out of fire. Okay, however, I am talking to someone that is in the vortex. Like, you're in the vortex, but at the same time, the vortex that you're in requires you to kind of be crafted from a raw form, a raw state, into a refined state, chiseled, cut, precisely measured when it comes to your clarity. Okay, you're cut. So you are being cut into a shape, you're being molded, you're being transformed. I feel like you've already gone through the ascension transformation. This aspect is to refine your niche, your originality, your authenticity, and it's going to give you a different delicacy. There's something about delicacy, exquisite taste, refined. Okay, you can be silver, feminine energy, or you could be gold, masculine energy. I feel like you are being refined as both masculine and feminine, and so both are about to be crafted, cut at the same time, which could be very uncomfortable. So in this season, I will be navigating you through very, very difficult terrain. I will be guiding you through the darkness, and through the darkness, on the other side, you will be you would be like your own galaxy. You understand? You would be like in your own world, the path of least resistance. Okay? Both the apple and the challenge, both the apple and the heels, are required to get you to this rainbow. That's what I'm seeing here. So, confirmation, if you are someone that you're not indecisive in regards to making the right decision. You are the type of person that shuts down in the event that there's a great debt, a great loss, or a risk to be had or taken in order for you to get anything, pursue anything, or do anything. So you probably don't negotiate well with terrorists or people that try to give you ultimatums or control your freedom to decide what it is you do or don't want to do. You are also someone by personality type that avoids loss and takes calculated risks. That's the extreme version of you. You're also someone, or the other version of you would be someone that doesn't move at all, or someone that doesn't, like, just decides not to participate in the experiment at all, right? Participate in the challenge at all because you don't like games, you don't like taking risks, you don't like getting yourself in a situation where you have to work out of it. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all are extremely safe and some of y'all are extremely stubborn, okay? Rigid. So no matter what spectrum of that end that you're on, these messages will definitely, help you realize that you're worrying for nothing, okay? Even if it is uncomfortable, because it's going to work out in your favor, okay? Whether it's drama, conflict, whether it's whatever the situation is, I got you. We got you. And some of you guys, this is a situation with the law, a new career. Some of you guys, this is situations with people, okay? People you trusted, people you can't trust. So there's one thing's for certain. There's something to do, no matter what field it's in. It's going to be in regards to your money, the people you trust, and the injustice that comes along with this path. Those are going to be some clues that you need to know. But your biggest issue here is going to be trust. It's hard for you to trust people. It's hard for you to trust letting anyone into you, like in to some degree. You have your favorites, okay? You have protection from your powerful friends. But in order for you to navigate and have this map, okay, you're going to have to sync. You're going to have to sync with that vortex. That vortex may be the friend, okay? What the universe may be your friend. Just different for each of you, but you're going to have to allow yourself to sync with an intelligence. Let's just put it that way. Now, the intelligence is different for everybody, but this intelligence is going to get you to where you need to go with the least resistance. Now, the least resistance doesn't mean that it won't be uncomfortable and that there won't be pressure and it won't take hard work in order to receive these rewards, these results, whatever manifestation of your goals that you particularly have. If you want to cultivate this, you're going to have to trust the universe that as you're in the vortex and you're doing what you know you need to do, and you're getting up, you're being organized, you're taking the steps that you're being guided to take, you're not afraid of conflict and confrontation. On the other end, there's a fat ass rainbow. There really is. So we're gonna cut the deck. We may want to cut the bullshit, right? But everything happens for a reason. And if you can channel your focus and remain with tunnel vision, you're gonna have access to the infinite an infinite amount of possible timelines that you can take, okay? This is like playing chess. That's what I'm seeing here. You're playing chess. But there's something about like twin flame energy, okay? It's like you against you. When you think of twin flame energy, don't think of it as the person down the road that you can't stand, right? Think of it as it's you against you. You against seeing everything that you either love or don't like about oneself, and that being an archetype information or kind of like a concept to play around with, so you remain balanced as you go through your valley. Now, just because you are around, things that typically make you weak, doesn't mean you have to indulge in it, even if another person is doing it. You don't have to control the outside environment. It's like you're in this pod, or you're in this maybe close vicinity as well, because we have the karmic here. Cycles. So you're in some type of vicinity. You're dealing with situations where you've learned these lessons before, and you may not see what the relevance of you having to still deal with karmics is all about, or why you even have to continue to be concerned about what the karmics are doing. Hey, listen. It's like focus. You get distracted by asking too many why this and why that. The moment you start asking why this and why that, you're procrastinating. You're stalling. You're deliberately giving yourself excuses to be irritated. Like, cut that shit out. That shit is outdated, okay? If you are over a situation and you find yourself having to deal with karmic lessons over and over again, it's not a punishment. Okay? It's an art. Karmic situations, relationships, people, places, or things helps you develop skills, patience. It helps craft tools, resources. It helps gives you access to parts about yourself that you haven't quite unlocked yet. Okay? It's the opportunity to be brave. It's the opportunity. It's doors. Right? You're already an angel. You're already someone that has ascended to great heights. But at the same time, the more you are shying away from being seen or being heard or being your true authentic self, you need the karmic relationships, you need the karmic partnerships, jobs, you need it. And so the universe is going to present you only with the opportunity to help you refine yourself. That's how you earn things. Without being chiseled, without being sculpted, you won't have the necessary stature for the next level of any success, for the next level of any prosperity. And it just is what it is. It's called self-restraint, self-discipline, self-confidence. It's not all. Self-love is the beginning that opens the door to all the other self-masteries. Okay? And that's why you need to be able to see. That's why you need mirrors. That's why you need twins. That's why you need fragments of oneself to help you get back into a space of homeostasis, get back to a point of, balance. As humanity, the more you are the extreme of any spectrum, the extreme of safety, the extreme of risk, what happens is over time, evolution happens, and you will start to procreate a different type of species type, okay? And that species type will adapt to the extremes of everything. And it will continue procreating and will continue co-creating with the universe humans that are the extreme of I don't give a fuck and the extreme of I won't do nothing. So you have to be in the balance within oneself in order to keep creating well-rounded human beings. Otherwise, the apple won't fall far from the tree, and you'll procreate the extremes of what you are. And then eventually, the extreme of what you are will turn on itself. Okay? That's Lilith energy. It's designed to protect oneself. So the more you are the extreme of I don't want any conflict, the more Lilith is going to interpret that information as the next generation of offsprings needs to be so rigid and so calculated to the point where they will pretty much off anything in sight. It's no longer about hunger. It's no longer about need. It's about the preservation of oneself, right? And then if you're on the extreme spectrum of I don't give a hoopla, right? I just take all the risk in the world, then the same thing will happen. Lilith will interpret that information as the next generation needs to be destructive. So destructive to the point where they just all off themselves. You know what I mean? In so many ways. And this is why we do what we do with oneself. We do what we do with ourselves to bring balance, not just for ourselves, but for future generations to come. It's a choice, right? It's a choice. And our future generations benefit from us thinking of them long before they have even incarnated. Okay? So I'm hearing power up. Get ready to rumble. So there's definitely something going on, and your only objective, if you know that you are on the extreme of not wanting to be involved, not wanting to have to deal with any of these types of situations, it's uncomfortable, it's pressure, it's going to be easy breezy. Okay, I feel like you're going to be able to. You're about to be the poster child of how to get through this type of difficulty. Once you master it, you can talk about it. Once you do it, you know how to get in and out of these situations like clockwork. Okay, and it's not about in and out. It's about who you are meant to become on the other end. Typically, these cycles may last. If we're speaking about energy by way of wands, I'm going to say a couple weeks. I ain't even going to hold you. I'm going to say a couple weeks. But it will be very fast. And each punch will hurt and it will bruise, but you will not die. This is the best way I could describe it. You ain't going to dead. You're going to be all right. You will feel things. You will feel pressure. You will feel pressurized. Okay, now in these seasons, fear is going to communicate to you the loudest. Greed is going to tempt you the loudest. You also have the added ingredient of Fridays, which is Venus Day. That's also going to trip people up because it's going to be difficult to decipher what love is. Sometimes some people perceive love to be exactly this, pressure. And if you feel that much pressure for someone, temptation by someone, that's love. Okay. And so I feel like the roles may be reversed in this situation. So if you know you're very balanced, then the role that you're going to play in a karmic's life is helping them ascend to their level of willpower. You see what I'm saying? You're moving beyond that sacral chakra of temptation, and you are challenging yourself to have self-control, right? That I will or I will not do this. And so I do feel as if you are unlocking the third chakra, but it may not be for you if you are the more balanced twin. You understand? It may be for the mirror if they are the more imbalanced. Now, vice versa, there is something that this karmic lesson is meant to show you about yourself as well. But I feel it as if it's to help you recognize your own strength when it comes to discipline, when it comes to flexibility around how you manifest and how you cultivate a thing. Okay? Because this is giving me the Five of Wands energy. You need the Five of Wands energy to help forge whatever it is that you need to forge. And it will be painful. Okay? So this intelligence is not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. But you're in your revelation. You're in your book of revelations. You're in your house, which is the house of value. And you're about to see just how valuable, not necessarily you are, but how valuable these cycles are in your life. Okay? So the hottest days to be aware about is going to be Tuesday, the day of war, right? And when you accept that, on this day, things may be a lot more heightened. They may be a little bit more, there may be more conflict involved. You will you're being asked to take on the spirit of humility and not take things personal. That's what I'm seeing here. There's no reason to be like, oh, this or that, or oh, you should know better, you're grown up. Nah, just understand that everyone's source of motivation is different. Okay? And you may not be good or you may not get along, but you don't have to be enemies either. Okay, Usher said it best. We ain't good, but we still good. So there's nothing to worry about. That's what you need to understand. I feel like you just gotta keep yourself. Thursday. You have to keep yourself serenity. Yeah, you have to keep yourself sane. Not sane. I won't use the word sane because when people hear the word sane, they hear run. When people hear the word sane, they hear the word avoid everything in sight that supposedly disrupts your peace. Peace is a moving vortex. The moment you stop living and existing in your reality, you're no longer in the vortex, and peace will go on to find someone else. It's something that it's like a lifestyle. So it's moving, it's a living organism, and even though it may not have a physical vessel as you, it damn sure isn't going to just sit still. Everything it has to move. Energies move. Okay. So we have optic nerve, Taurus. So this is about you. You get to be in the eye of your own storm, and you get to determine how you want this to play out. Okay, and that's why you have Virgo here. This is about your reactions and how you react to conflict. Your emotions, mastering one's emotions. We also have my wounded warriors out there. You've been hurt before, okay? But focusing on the hurt never gets anyone anywhere. It only traps you and keeps you stuck. And then you'll have to go inward about it. I feel as if the loudest voices right now is that own internal critic. The voice that you hear inside. You either can put it on replay and be like, yeah, this happened to me and that happened to me. You become a victim. Or you can see the silver lining in a situation and you can choose to get out of your own way. This is a test for Taurus. I don't know what's going on in astrology, but I definitely feel the presence of astrology. Okay. This is about seeing something about yourself. Is it really you, or have you forged a mask to get you through something? So this is why the test, it's like the universe has to test that persona that you've crafted for yourself already. And if that one no longer works for you, it's time to let that one go. So that way you can forge yourself differently into a different, yeah, you see this? That's exactly what's happening in justice. If the old persona wasn't working, the old version of you wasn't working, you have to be cracked out of that shell so you could be reborn. The justice is going to be who do you get to see on the other side of this transformation? That's your true redemption. Spirit, can we go a little bit more into this justice here? Okay. Let's go a little bit more into feelings, okay? Because something may have tampered with your feelings, all right? Karmics have really played a number on your emotions. Awakening. Night of inspiration. Okay. I get it. This is definitely getting you inspired again. Inspired to deal with people. Inspired to have conversations with other people. This is that type of energy where it's like, oh, I don't want to do it because there's only nothing but bad luck comes from karmics. Only but bad luck comes from, this or that. But really the Knight of Wands energy should be excitement. All right. The Knight of Wands gets a bad rap, but the Knight of Wands energy plays a very vital role. It's your spirit. It's the essence. Right. And on this journey of life, everybody goes through every court card. Okay. Every 78 card you experience it differently, but it's the same energy. So with the Knight of Wands energy, this is saying awakening your spirit and finally allowing it to shine and channeling that energy into a specific direction that you want it to go in is exactly what this entire season is supposed to gift you. You're the diamond of the season. Okay? That's what the universe is saying. All eyes is on you. The spotlight is on you. So how will you express this? In what ways will you allow this to shine through you? Or will you be defeated and see this as an unfavorable test and do nothing with all of this energy supporting you at this time and miss your opportunity? This is a choice, but it's going to come by way of some way, somehow. This karmic experience has to find you. This lesson has to find you. And you can avoid this by like the plague, but the universe is going to force you to confront this. And you can either speak life over the situation, or you could be scorned and speak death. Okay, because we have justice here twice. So when these type of situations, when these types of mirrors get this close to each other, two things can happen. It's like kill or be killed, fight or flight. It's either one of you has to walk out from this situation with a new perspective. Both of you should, but I feel as if this situation is meant for one of you to see something about yourself. It's meant to sharpen your foresight and to exalt you. Especially if you're good at, seeing the strengths in another person or seeing the strength and the potential in another person. So a lot of times when you have the ability to see the strengths and the potential in another person, you're really seeing yourself in another person, right? So essentially in this type of dynamic, you can disempower yourself by only seeing that the other person has all those things and that you don't. You disconnect yourself from that infinite source, right? You exclude yourself out of good things coming into your life. You exclude yourself and you only project yourself. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what you've been doing with karmic. Every experience that you have with people that bring in a lesson, they're meant to pull this up out of you so that you can see it too, right? But instead, you walk away feeling imbalanced or as if something was taken from you. But the fact that the true statement, right? If we're going to say the true statement is that nothing can be taken from you unless you give it away, then you have to learn how to stop giving your light away. You understand? And being able to recognize that someone else also has that potential, but not to give it in a way where you stop doing it for yourself and then you start just doing everything for that person. You know what I mean? That's a lesson. That's a lesson to be learned with the Seven of Pentacles. And all of it is connected. So this shows up by way of when someone's, excited about something and they want to do something and they feel light up about it, you let them, right? And they have to be crafted just like you were crafted. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here with the fight. Like, you're not supposed to feel guilty about it. The emotion of guilt, or like, maybe I should have done more, maybe I should have said more, maybe I should have done this, all of those emotions is a symptom of you agreeing to give something away. The reason why you're grieving is because you felt like you were giving something of yours away. And so you're mourning yourself. And that's why you feel like maybe I shoulda, coulda, woulda. And the truth of the matter is, no matter what decision you make, Spirit is trying to get you to spend less time regretting it. The more and more you get comfortable spending less time regretting your previous decisions, the easier and easier life becomes. And you get to realize that you can always plant new seeds. And that is kind of curing the stingy, rigid personality trait archetype that also exists inside of Taurus. I feel like these situations are meant to be your muse. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like, greatness recognizes greatness. But at the end of the day, just because you recognize someone else's greatness doesn't mean that you're not going to be the one to seize that opportunity and see it into fruition. You will. One of y'all got to take action. So there will always be those that take action on things. They inspire action that comes from within. It's free for all. That's what Spirit is pretty much saying. The vortex it's abundant. It's not, oh, we're holding on to this because it's for Taurus only, or we're holding on to this because it's for the Taurus, not this Taurus, but the next Taurus. No, it's a vortex. And it comes from within. But if you sit on it and you do nothing about it, it's going to be, and there's another person that is just like you, and they're not afraid. They have no fear or blockages stopping them from taking on that new beginning or going after planting that seed and taking on that opportunity. What's going to happen? They're going to be happy that they chose to go down this path because fear didn't block them. So a lot of you guys, Spirit is trying to say that until you become comfortable with taking risk and falling down and getting your knee scraped, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities. Okay? Because as a collective consciousness, these downloads happen all the time. They happen all the time. It's a mass download. It's not just singular. And so, is there like a singular or a collective or a smaller group that are ready to embark on it? Yes. And this is kind of that. Spirit's way of giving you redemption, Spirit's way of giving you a reward at the end of dealing with a lot of bullshit, it's going to come in this form. And so if you're waiting for it to manifest in a different form, or for it to be crafted differently for you, so it's easier for you to see it, then you're going to miss out on all of your blessings. Because why would an intelligence that is developing character and evolving humanity go to a level of consciousness and just start giving them shit? and expecting them to perform, expecting them to produce. Why would that intelligence do that? Right? Why would God do that? You ask for, oh God, give me strength. God gives you the opportunity, Ace of Pentacles, to be courageous, to experience that the heart that you asked for is already there. So sitting around waiting for a situation, any situation, to give you what you feel like you deserve because something was stolen from you, something was taken from you, and you feel as if that's wrong, you're entitled to this because of the laws of the land, then you're going to be stuck in the laws of the land. You see what I'm saying? But that's made by mankind. When we're talking about the Creator, the Creator is not mourning over anything that any milk that's already been spilled, right? Any money that's already been spent. They're going to be looking at, the Creator's going to look at you like, okay, well, I taught you how to feed yourself. I taught you how to eat. I taught you how to plant. I taught you all of these skills. So this way you know how to cultivate it for yourself. So there's never no excuse why you can't do it for yourself. But you expect that same Creator to view you as a damsel in distress, male or female, that is waiting on the laws of the land. Those are the two contradictions that I see here. What the divine, what God, what Source is waiting on you to do is for you to sacrifice. Sacrifice that negative critic in your own mind. Sacrifice your pessimism. Sacrifice your complaining, your bitchiness. Sacrifice all of that stuff. Right? And go on a journey over and over and over and over again. Peel back the layers. That's what I'm seeing here. And I do see that there's a collective karmic consciousness that's attached in this situation that is bitter. They are bitter. And they do feel as if they are triggered by the truth. They are triggered by the reality of situations. And they do not like to feel this type of opportunities coming to those that are willing to be unwavering. You know what I'm saying? That are not afraid of the dark. And they walk blindly into situations that helps them, become the versions of themselves that they need to be. Not always that they want to be, but that they need to be. Something is driving them beyond themselves. And it's something connected to their soul, their joy, their happiness. And so when those two things come together, you make magic repeatedly, right? You access this channel repeatedly. You're always able to come in and out of this garden. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your garden. You should be able to, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to learn, go to this garden, get the seeds, bring it back, remain in that vortex, plant those seeds, water it, see it grow, and voila. Over and over and over again. So I'm seeing a lot of Tauruses that are challenged. Okay, there is a challenge here. I'm not going to hold you. The challenge to challenge the voice, the inner critic. The Three of Swords and the Queen of Swords in reverse. You don't even have to be someone that talks a lot. Like, I don't even talk to people. I don't even go nowhere. I don't do nothing. But that inner voice, a victim, this happened to me, the pain, this, that. It's fucking up your life for someone. Okay? It's keeping you in a cycle. And so when situations come where you're like, okay, fuck, I gotta deal with karmic friends, I gotta deal with karmic families, exes, whatever, I don't really want to do it. Remember that this is an opportunity of a lifetime. An opportunity for you to refine yourself every single time. All right? Now, like I said, one thing about the Knight of Wands energy, they're doing their own thing. They're running their own race. They're blazing their own trail. So when you're not on someone else's trail trying to trail them or troll them, you're on your own lane, minding your own business. And so when situations come onto your path, when there is another chicken trying to get in your coot, that is when the divine is saying, here, I'm bringing you an opportunity. It's a gift, and I want you to unravel it, and I want you to open it, and I want you to observe yourself, an aspect of yourself. Even if you are changed, even if you are different, it's still an aspect of yourself. And I do think that you are going to put down those walls. And I do think you're going to unlock it. Matter of fact, I know it. I know you are. You may feel out of balance for a while. And you may feel a little unsure. And you may feel like, depleted at times. But I feel like you're not going to let that thought sit around very long. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing someone master how to acknowledge how they feel. You see what I'm saying? But they're not going to build off that feeling. They're not going to craft with that feeling and allow that to be what they plague their most abundant aspect of themselves with. And that's their visions. They're not about to do that. They're not about to let the voices in their head fuck them up. No. Respectfully. You're a star. And I feel like you are manifesting this transformation because you're a star. Like I said, you're the diamond of the season. I love it. And sometimes it takes fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Right? They'll be the ones to help you see what you really want, what you truly desire. You're about to go deep into something, deep into yourself. That's what I'm seeing here. Like, I feel like you're getting rid of this whole hyper independence energy as like the only way that you could do something. And I see you really just get into a place where it's like you're just going with the wind. So whoever you are, if you're in this season, I'm going to pull a card here. Let's see. Yeah, this is about getting you to get movement. It says, you'll make good progress now, and you will be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forward are possible. I'm telling you, you're about to jump. Okay? A lot of you guys know how to use drama and negative experiences to make quantum leaps. That's what this is. So confirmation for all my quantum jumpers. We shall see you on the other side. All right, let's get your closing message. It says protection. I am safe. Change me, divine beloved, into one who is protected from all negative energy and predictions. Fill me with your dazzling and radiant light. Make me a vessel for your love. I now release all fears I've absorbed from others. All right, Taurus. I will see you guys in the next one. Remember to stay nested in love. Bye-bye.